Yo, it's everyone, it's Road also with today another T-list video. Today we're gonna rate all the Pokemon spin-off games. We have done the Pokemon mainline games quite a while ago and I was like, I have never done the spin-offs and I've played quite a bunch of them. Not all of them, but I think it's fair to say that I know quite a bit about it rank at least quite a couple of them. So without much further ado, just let's jump right into it. A quick explanation, S Plus is basically the best and yeah, S is also amazing, A is amazing, B is decent, still good but not like, there are better games out there. C is alright, it's not great, it's not bad. D is, yeah. And E is just straight up trash. Anyway, so without further ado, let's start. The first game we are gonna rank is Pokemon Battle Torzai. If you never played it, it's kinda like Pokemon Shuffle, only it was earlier there. And it was better because there are no microtransactions. It's a pretty decent puzzle game. There isn't too much to talk about, honestly, but it's alright. I would put it in B or C tier. I'm kinda not sure. Like, it's fun, but there are like definitely better games out there. So for now, I'm just gonna put it in C tier, but like at the top. Pokemon Go. Well, does this game actually need an explanation about what it is? Everyone know Pokemon Go by now. And I'm just gonna say straight away, I hate Pokemon Go. At the beginning I thought like, okay, this is nice, this is okay, but Pokemon is just you play on the 3DS, you don't play on a phone and you walk outside, maybe you get the Pokemon you want, maybe you don't. It's very tedious and repetitive and microtransactions are also big in Pokemon Go. I know there are some Pokemon Go fans out there, but honestly, I'm not gonna play Pokemon Go higher than D tier. Even though I play it sometimes, I just know, man. It's just not for me. Next up is Pokemon Shuffle. Now, actually I'm gonna put Pokemon Battle Torzai in the B tier for now. Pokemon Shuffle, yeah. It would have been in the C tier if it wasn't for microtransactions and how some things in the game work. Because of the microtransactions, I'm gonna put in the D tier just behind Pokemon Go. It's also a puzzle game. It works slightly different than Battle Torzai, but the microtransactions, mate, it's just so much. It's crazy. Like, too much microtransactions for me. This one I have no clue what this even is. So, the original Pokemon Torzai. Well, just take everything I said about Pokemon Battle Torzai. It's a fun little puzzle game. But I prefer Battle Torzai over the original one. It's just my personal preference. So it's fine game, but that I rather play Battle Torzai than normal Torzai. That's all I can say about it. But Academy I have never played. Now we actually come into a game I'm really love. Pokemon Battle Revolution. So Battle Revolution is a bit controversial because it came out after Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness. We come into those games eventually. Those games were also great though, but Pokemon Battle Revolution, man, It's fun. It's just Pokemon battling in Colosseums, and it's battling only. But I'm just gonna put it in SD. I was thinking about putting it in 80, but just knowing how much I play this game, how much I love this game, just put it in 80 would just be very wrong. Well, next up, the next two actually. Pokemon Box and Pokemon Channel. Just imagine Pokemon Channel, you pay a full price for a game. All you do is you see Pokemon watching TV, you can see a few Pokemon episodes and that's it. Oh yeah, and you can probably get Jirachi with it in new games, but I don't want to talk about Pokemon Channel. Like, Pokemon Box is a harder one for me, honestly. The thing with Pokemon Box is, in my opinion, it's not a game. It's just a box where you box your Pokemons. And I actually don't know if it was free or not. I'm gonna add it here because it's not a game. It's just a storage for your Pokemon. So I'm gonna rank it there because it's not a game. Pokemon Colosseum. Don't worry. It's also S tier. Above Battle Revolution. So Colosseum is such a great game. It's one of the greatest games of our time. One of them. And I hope they make a remake of Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, because I don't think many people had the chance to play these games. Like, how? I even played them, I think I even played them on the emulator, like, I don't have a GameCube. But I did play them, and they were pretty good. And that's actually an understatement, they were just amazing, like, the story is pretty alright. It's nice. And the battling and with the shadow Pokemons, it was very original at the time, like, Pokemon Go actually stole it from there. And you could purify them, with the shadow Pokemon they have certain shadow moves, but you always want to purify them though, but most of the times. I also think if you purify them, they could be shiny. I don't know exactly how that works. I never really dived into shiny hunting in Gen 3. I mean, shiny hunting, I think the oldest game I probably shiny hunted ever in was Generation 6, so yeah. If we're gonna talk about the oldest game where I ever found a shiny, and then we go all the way to Generation 2 in Pokemon Crystal where I found a random shiny Hoothoot, but that's not where we're talking about. Anyways, Colosseum, it has also an evil team in there. Can't really remember if XD Gale of Darkness and Colosseum had the same one. I do know XD or Gale of Darkness I liked a little bit better because of Shadow Lugia. And that was just so hype at the time, and yeah. Pokemon Colosseum, I just don't want to talk too much about it, cause I just don't want to make a video that takes over an hour. But I think most people will agree with me that Pokemon Colosseum is a great game, but most people would put it in S+ tier. Next up is, okay, I'm just gonna say it straight away, in my opinion, the best Pokemon game ever made. Pokemon Conquest, S+, definitely. On the top, nothing can beat this game for me. So, I picked Pokemon Conquest up, a copy of it, and man, I absolutely fell in love with that game. Like, I love Pokemon games, but I also love Fire Emblem. Pokemon Conquest, they combine the two. It's a combination of Pokemon and Fire Emblem. And I think it actually became a great success. So basically, like, you don't have like weapon triangle with swords and so, you just have type weaknesses like in general Pokemon. Yeah, it's basically like a turn-based. Yeah, if you know Fire Emblem, I don't have to explain, but in case you don't, it's kind of like you have at maximum 5 Pokemons. They are kind of like units, the same for the enemy. And you basically can move a certain amount of spaces. And yeah, you basically have to defeat the enemy. But type weaknesses, and you have to train your Pokemon up with battling wild Pokemons and other things as well. Because, wow, you cannot just rush from the one caster to the another, because you might lose. Anyways, I think Pokemon Conquest is very unknown because it came out at the end of the DS life cycle. And yeah, I think if it was for the 3DS, more people would have seen this game, played this game. But yeah, it's just so great. Basically, the first thing you have to conquer a region. Ransai, I think the name is. And you have to basically conquer every castle until last castle, and then you get one more final battle, and then you fight with Arceus instead of your normal partner, because Arceus want to link with you to see if you're the chosen one or something. And basically you want to reunite Ransai to have peace in the region. That's the main object of the story. Objective. But you have to conquer everything, and then Warlords joins a new way, some Warlords don't. But when you finish the full story, there are many stories where you play as one of the other Warlords, what makes it just so much content in this game, it's crazy. Next up, Pokemon Dash. Well, it's a DS game, but it shouldn't have been a DS game, like honestly. Pokemon Dash is a Pokemon racing game, and I'm gonna avoid the A tier, but I'm gonna place it between Pokemon Go and Shuffle. The only reason for me to play this game is just to laugh about it, how bad it is. Because, I mean, Pokemon Dash, at least it has I can see reasoning for playing this. But it is just not a good game at all, mate. Like, no. It's the racing game, but it just doesn't work at all. Yeah, I'm just going to move on to the next game, because Pokemon Dash is Pokemon Dash. I cannot say much more about it. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Detective Pikachu games ever. So, talking from Pokemon Dash to Hey Yo Pikachu, yeah. I'm just gonna say that this isn't an upgrade. I'm not even gonna play this below the Pokemon channel, because Pokemon channel is stupid. But Hey Yo Pikachu was just a cash grab. The thing that it didn't work as well, yeah, it just didn't even work that well. So you basically had to say things in the microphone to let Pikachu do stuff for you. But it didn't really respond well, it didn't work well. It's just a mess of a game. Next up is Pokemon Blue Rescue Team, and with that I'm also gonna rank Red Rescue Team. Both games are going to the A tier. Like, I'm a big fan of the first few Mystery Dungeon games. Definitely of Explorers of Time, Explorers of Sky. You know what, we're gonna rank them as well. But first we're gonna talk about Blue, Red and DX actually. And DX I'm gonna actually rank in S, because it's just a newer version of Blue and Red Rescue Team. These were the first, they were a lot of fun. They were simple, like you just go into, you are playing as a Pokemon, you form a rescue team, you go into dungeons, do rescues, rescue other Pokemons from dungeons, defeat other Pokemon in dungeons, some don't use, some don't. Basically save the world from disasters occurring. It's all good fun. I can speak a lot about it, but I don't want to make a long video. The X is basically the same, just with internet connectivity. Probably Blue had that as well, but not anymore. GBA never had it. And yeah, it's just so much. I think I played DX for almost 100 hours. And these games, I never owned Red, but I owned Blue. And I played the game also a lot. And I think I finished both stories in DX and DX for Sore and Blue Rescue Team. And I played even a bit after to rank up and get more legendaries to join me. I even played Red lately. On the, you know, the Switch Virtual Console thingy, GBA Classics. Good fun. Actually, I'm gonna rank Explorers of Time and Darkness just behind Battle Revolution. But Explorers of Sky I'm gonna place in S+ tier. So Explorers of Sky has just more content, and I just feel like I cannot place Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness and Time in S+ tier when because the Explorers of Time is there, you know? So I feel like I kinda have to do that. Basically the game goes around that on some first of all you just play the game like normal. Like you're a rescue team, you rescue or other Pokemons from dungeons or kidnappings in a certain Azuro's case. And at some point Time Gears gets stolen by... Yeah, I can explain the truth. I mean, it's an old game, so why not? At some point Time Gears gets stolen by Growlithe. You have to stop Growlithe from doing that. And at the end you find out Growlithe isn't the main bad guy, but Dusknoir, who is seen as a hero, is the bad guy with the sable eyes. And yeah, I don't think there is much to talk about Mystery Dungeons, to be honest. The game speaks for themselves and they are just amazing. At least the first two, Gates to Infinity, I have never played, and from what I have heard, it's probably not the best in the world. Next up, Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy Color. It's decent, it's pinball. I'm actually gonna play this together with Pokemon Battletoads, just behind it. It's just outdated and it's a shame. That's all I can say about it, honestly. Yeah, it's just pinball with Pokemon. What can you more explain about it? Next up is Pokemon Pinball, Sapphire and Ruby, I think. Of Pokemon Pinball Advanced. A-tier. This game is just an upgrade from the original Pinball. It has more content, more Pokemons. It's still Pinball, but just see it as Pinball, but it has more things in the game than the first Pinball. Next game is Pokemon the Trading Card Game. Yeah, this game. I started playing this on not Virtual Console, the Game Boy Classics, and it was actually amazing. Even though this game is really old, I'm gonna play it all the way in A-tier. Like some games show their age. You can see this game has aged, but I still really enjoy this game. And yeah, I mean, if you haven't ever tried it, it's definitely worth a shot. But actually, I'm just gonna put it in BT in the middle, I think, because it has. I mean, it's not as good as the games in A-tier right now, I think. So that's pretty much, yeah. It's just a trading card game. It kinda runs like a mini normal Pokemon game, where you go to certain gyms and you do, but then instead of Pokemon battles you do a trading card game and you win cards by beating other trainers, and it's pretty fun. It's just Pokemon, but you play the trading card game instead of the normal Pokemon games you used to. The next three, I have just no idea what they are. I have just no clue what these are. Now we're going to Pokepark. Man, these games, if you never played them, you're missing out, man. These games are great. I think many people haven't tried them or think they are based for children, but I disagree. They are great fun. And they are just very cheerful, although in both games the worlds are on verge of collapsing, but both have different reasons for that. Basically, the first game you play as Pikachu only, and you lost your friends, and then you stumble into the world of Pokepark. You battle with, you basically try to befriend our Pokemons with playing either hide and seek with them, chase with them, battle with them. And certain has certain skill challenges. They don't appear that much, but they do appear. And sometimes you need to give certain Pokemons an item, but that doesn't happen too much. Overall, it's a pretty decent game, pretty good, and I don't think it's as great as here, so I'm gonna put it just behind Battle Revolution. Pokepark Tour is a mixed thing, because sometimes they did better than the original, sometimes they did not. So, but this time you can play as Pikachu, but you can also play as Oshawott, Tepig, and Snivy, who you meet along the way. And yeah. You need to switch around because some of the Pokemons can only do some of the Pokemons can do a certain thing what the other can do. You have here many more collectibles, many more things to collect, many more Pokemons to befriend. Sometimes you got big fetch quests that you need to collect many items. Overall, it's a pretty good game. I'm gonna rank it above Battle Revolution and behind Colosseum, because it's a very good game and it has just certain things that are way better than in the original, some things that are worse, but because it has certain things that are better, I think it outweighs the things that aren't as good as in the original. But overall, both games are just amazing, so yeah. Next up is the Pokédex 3D. Well, really, it's just a Pokédex you can see, and I think even the information doesn't really, yeah, I don't know what it is. The information isn't really that accurate, so yeah. Anyways, now we move on to another phone game, Magikarp Jump. It's a fun little simple game on your phone where you jump as high as Magikarp. It's very repetitive, it's fun for a time. I'm gonna put it in D tier. I think is it really better than Shuffle or Dash? No. It's fun for a time, but I just don't think, like, it gets repetitive and yeah, it just gets very repetitive. Next is Pokemon Picross. I never played Picross. I don't even know what this is, so. Pokemon Rumble! Oh my god, I wish I had this game. Pokemon Rumble, I saw Pokemon Rumble for the Wii, it's so good, but I don't own it. So I have to play it here, but I'm not going to place it here because I know the game. I've seen so much about it, and you have to like the Rumble series. but I'm gonna place at the bottom of the S tier. Basically, you're basically a toy figure of a Pokemon, and you battle other toy figures of Pokemons, and there's a whole story around it, and it's fun. Pokemon Rumble U. I know this game is really not popular with many, but I'm gonna place it in A tier anyways. Yeah, just above Pinball. Because I think it's still a fun game, and it actually works quite well with the Wii U gamepad in my opinion. The story isn't really that good, if you can call it a story. Actually, I have to make a quick switch because I never played this game. I played this game. Anyways, go back to the Rumble U. It's a fun little game. It's basically the same concept as Rumble, but it has not that good of story. It's kinda less. It just misses a lot. It's alright, but it's not as great as Rumble. But to be honest, if you forgot that it's a sequel, it's a very good game. Honestly, I really enjoy it. Basically, you just battle other toy figures. You just spam the E button close to them. You wipe out a lot. Basically, every level in U is you just defeat multiple Pokemons until the boss fight appears. Then you try to defeat the boss, and some Pokemon join you. You can play as them. And yeah, that's basically so forth. Next up, Pokemon. No clue what this is. I never played Pokemon Puzzle League. And now it's time for some very controversial picks. Because, okay, I like Pokemon Ranger in general, but I do not like the original Pokemon Ranger. The original Pokemon Ranger is just way too hard. It's not a horrible game, but this is way too hard. I'm not gonna play it higher than the top of C tier for that reason. It's fun, but I just suck in it, and that really affects my enjoyment of the game for it. I really wasn't able to enjoy this because of that. Because I just got stuck and couldn't pass it. Even now, I still cannot pass that part. But it didn't stop me from trying Pokemon Radiant Shadows of Alma. I can't really see which one is which, unfortunately. What is a bad thing? I should be able to see that. I think it's probably this one with the Heatran. Radiant Shadow of Alma is a great game, and it's nice in S tier actually. I picked this game up on the Wii U Virtual Console, and it played great on the gamepad. It's a great game. I still haven't finished it, but I do enjoy it, and having a great time. I just stopped at some point because I stopped playing Tint-Like Conquest. But I will definitely return to it, because it's definitely a good game. Pokemon Ranger, you just with the stylus you capture the Pokemon, so it wouldn't even work on the Switch, so rip a remake. But yeah, it's very, very fun, very good. Unfortunately, I do own Guardian Signs, but I want to finish Pokemon Shadows of Alma first. I know this game would probably end up in S tier, but for now I haven't played it yet. I'm sorry. I will, but as for now, if you watch this video, just let me know. Which one is better, Shadows of Alma or Guardian Signs? Because I definitely will play this, but I haven't come to it yet. Pokemon Rumble Blast and Pokemon Rumble World. Well, those are both for the 3DS, but Pokemon Rumble World, it's it's free and has microtransactions. Although you can technically buy it and then the microtransactions are gone. I don't know, man. It just kinda ruined it for me, I think. I think if you wanna get one, just get Rumble Blast. Just forget about Rumble Road existence, you know. But I think Rumble World is the microtransaction one, and basically for that one, just gonna put it in C tier. Because yeah, you can also buy the full game without the microtransactions and everything, but yeah. As for Pokemon Rumble Blast, I just hope I ain't wrong. Around the same as Rumble U. It's fun. Yeah, that's just it. Next up is Pokemon Snap. I'm not a fan of this Pokemon Snap games. You just take pictures of Pokemon. I know there is an audience for that, but yeah. It sits down nicely with Pokemon Dash because I have played this on the N64 Classics to give it a shot, but it wasn't really worth it. I'm not gonna lie. I also don't want to talk to you. Just take pictures of Pokemon. That's just it. You want to pay a full price for taking pictures of Pokemon? Go ahead, not me. Stadium 1 and Stadium 2. Yeah, good games for the N64. Like, they are basically Battle Revolution with mini games. They did 8, so they only got the Stadium 1 only got the first 151, and Stadium 2, of course, then Johto. Okay, this is controversial. I do rank them in A tier, just behind the original Mystery Dungeon games, and Stadium 2 above Stadium 1. Actually, Stadium 2 at the top, I think. Yeah. I just don't feel like ranking them in S tier. Like, many people would call me crazy now for ranking Battle Revolution higher than Stadium 2. But honestly, like, I'm not a big fan of the mini games are fun, but they aren't like game changing or anything, you know? For the rest, you just battle. You have like battles. You can battle gyms and stuff, and battle other cups. But I think the Colosseums in Battle Revolutions are more fun. Although that's a later game, so Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 are still great games on their own, and they're still good fun. They're still great games. They're in 80 for a reason. So I really like the games. They're fun. This is the first games where you could see Pokemon's battle on the big screen and everything. And it has some fun mini games. Good games overall. Definitely worth a shot. If you have a Switch, just get, and you have some money, get the membership plus. You can play these games for free then. Definitely worth it. Good games. Super Mystery Dungeon. Well, it's a good game, I'm gonna say that much, but I'm stuck. I got stuck at a point and it's a shame, but it's still a good game. How it plays smooth, it plays well. So it's not gonna it's still gonna get ranked here. Just under Rumble, I think. Actually just at the bottom of 80, that's fine. It's not as good as the first two games in my opinion. So yeah. It's still a good game. It's not bad by any means. So, you know, I don't know what this game is. I have no idea. I have no idea about this one too. I have never played Dream Mode. I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna do some things away, but I don't know what it is. Alright, the rest we can rank. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Yeah, this is third place of second. I'm gonna place it in second place. I cannot place it above Conquest because I love Conquest that much. But Gale of Darkness is basically it's also, I think it's a sequel of Colosseum, but it's just better than Colosseum even, I would say. Yes, the Shadow Lugia plays a big part. Basically everything I said about Conquest goes for XD Gale of Darkness, but then it just has some extra content. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It has more content than Colosseum, and both games are amazing. Both games are amazing, like don't get me wrong, both games are very fun, very cool, both have their things. Yeah. Pokemon Puzzle Club League. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this game. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of these games, honestly. I'm gonna place it in D or C. Yeah, it's, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm gonna play at the top of D tier. I just can't really. Yeah, it's not for me. Next up is my Pokemon Ranch. You know, I haven't been here for a while in the E tier, have we? Basically, it's WiiWare. All you do, you just put Pokemon in there. That's it. Yep, that's it. And you get some reroutes with it and stuff like that. And at some point, yeah. Yeah, if you just put every Pokemon in it, like Pokemon from all first four generations, you get a Mew. That's it. There is not much more to it than that. Next up, Pokemon Dream Radar. It's basically like an extra tinny for Pokemon Black and White 2. Yeah, you have to pay for it, but it's like very cheap. It's not bad, it's not great. It definitely is not gonna end up here. Maybe C tier is a bit high for it. It is, you know, it's hard for me to rank this. Top or bottom of C or kinda like in the middle of the D tier. I'm actually gonna rank it in the bottom of the C tier. That is very weird. But it's like 3DS was in the eShop for a while for like €3 maybe. And you basically could catch Pokemons in them and send them to your games. And at some point you could get Terrakion, Verisian and Cobalium. No, not Cobalium. I think I only got one of those wrong, right. No, I think I just said them out all wrong. I said the gen those were introduced in Black and White 2, not 1. Thundurus, Landorus, Tornadus, there are other forms you could catch in Dream Radar. And overall, they were pretty fun and yeah, to get. But yeah, it's only you could play it at a maximum a few tins each hour or something, I think. You know what, actually you cannot play this constantly, so I should really rank this in D tier, like right there. I'm gonna rank it above Magikarp Jump and Pokemon Shuffle, because Shuffle I just really hate. They just give Shuffle the Candy Crush treatment, and that's just what pisses me off. Lastly, yeah, we not do ranking Pokemon New Snap because I haven't never played that. is Pokken Tournament for the Wii U. Or technically the Switch has it as well, but it's a Pokemon fighting game and we're gonna rank it high. It's very fun, it has a little bit of a story. I'm gonna rank it even at the bottom of the S tier. Yeah, I think I can do that. Just above Rumble. I have view in the Wii U you had less Pokemons to choose from than in the Switch version, because of course they added a few fighters there, but overall it was a pretty solid fighting game with quite some good stuff to do. It was had some good fun with it. I still played it a bit like a month ago or something, or 2 months ago. Just to look at it again, it was pretty fun again. Like it's just Pokemon combined with Tekken, and I really love Tekken. You don't have that many Pokemon to choose from, but it's fine overall. I do think the game is very unbalanced, so some Pokemons are definitely way stronger than others. Perhaps a certain Pokemon called Garchomp. But still, it's a fun game, so hey. That's our word count, right? Alright, that's it. So let's go over it. We start from the E tier. I will not count the games I never played. E tier, games you probably do not want to play, or this isn't really a game. The Pokédex 3D Pro and the Pokédex Black and White, I think it was. Then My Pokémon Ranch, Hey You Pikachu, and the Pokemon Channel. Yeah, those games, you should just try to avoid them, honestly. They aren't that great, and yeah. That. The DT, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Dash, Dream Radar, Pokemon Shuffle, Magikarp Jump. These games are either mobile games, or these games aren't just that great. You should Snap is, you might like it, but I don't like it. For our others, I would say, yeah, you can skip them. Pokemon Ranger, Torzai and Rumble Road in the C tier. Rumble Road, yeah, you can buy the full game, that would make it better. Pokemon Torzai, I mean, it's just decent, it's fun. Pokemon Ranger, it's alright, but this game, it's hard. It's so hard. Our dudes have problem beating this game sometimes, so I don't know how some people can, but I just cannot, mate. I'm just too bad at it. Next up, Pokemon the B tier. I almost skipped the B tier. Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon the trading card game, and Pokemon Battletoads. These games are just fun. These games probably give you a fun time, in my opinion, and yeah, just worth play given a shot. A tier are just great games. Pokemon Super Mystery Junction, Pokemon Pinball Advance, Pokemon Rumble Blast, Pokemon Rumble U, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Red and Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon Stadium 2. These games are amazing. These games are super fun to play, and I think most people enjoy these games. Perhaps for Rumble U might be ranked lower by most, but most people really enjoy these games, and yeah, they're still fun to play. But most of these games, besides 2 of them, are older games, so perhaps that's why they're here, or actually besides 3 games. Most games are like early DS games, N64, Game Boy Advance. Might hurt them a bit on the ranking, but overall, they're still amazing games and still a blast to play. Next up, the ST, Pokemon Rumble, Pokken Tournament, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Alma, Pokemon Explorers of Time, Explorers of Darkness, Pokepark 1, Pokemon Battle Revolution, Pokepok 2, Pokemon Colosseum. These games are all amazing. These games I love to play, are absolutely gems, and absolutely you have to play these games. These games are so freaking good. It's crazy, honestly. It's really crazy how good these games are, you know? Then we go into the top 3 S plus tier. Like, at third place, we have Explorers of Sky. At second place, we have Gale of Darkness. And at the first spot, we have Pokemon Conquest. I absolutely love those 3 games. Those 3 games, if you haven't played them yet, you definitely should give them a shot. If you have a chance of picking one of these up, definitely do that. You probably will not. Yeah, you will probably not regret it. Pokemon Conquest might be a bit controversial if you don't like turn-based strategy games, but overall, this is my tier list. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, what is your top 3 and what would be your bottom 3? Also, let me know how good is Pokemon Ranger Science? This one? Because I still need to play that one and I will eventually. Anyways, that's it for now. I thank everyone a lot for watching and hopefully until the next video. Bye everyone, thanks a lot for watching.